Loman Creative Services. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. Hey, Edna. Good evening. Liza. Hello. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. Paige. Hello. All right. We're working this. We're working it. We're working it. We're working it. There we go. Services. Good evening. Thank you for joining. All right. All righty. So, we catch back up. Hey, Ed Beatty Jr. is on the scene tonight, and he has set the protocol. There will be no hateful comments. This is a hate-free zone. Andrea, good evening. Thank you so much for joining us. Sheila, hello. Uh, Anita, thank you for joining us. And Laura Smith, thank you for your text message. I appreciate that. And thank God it is Friday. Sean, thank you for joining us. Angela, hello, Angela. Thank you for joining us. Terry Ann, thank you for joining us today. Um, Doris, good evening to you. Coach Cassell Bell is in the house from Jacksonville, Florida. Thank you for joining us. Glad to have you. Camila, hello. Shawnee, hello. Gloria, hello. Uh, is Ashia, thank you for joining us. Tracy, it is date night. Jackie, hello. Cynthia, thank you so much. And she did tell me you talked with her. Felicia, hello. Thank you for joining us. Glad to have you. And Ed, I'm glad you said that. I'm going to tell you about what's going to happen on Monday. Hey, Bernadette, thank you for joining us. Raynell, thank you. Hello. Cheryl Sutton, hello. Thanks for joining us as well. And James, thank you for joining us. E. Joyce Paris, thank you for joining us. Lita, good to see you. Thank you for joining us. Barbara, Sister Barbara Foster, thank you for joining us as well. Rebecca, hello. Marsha, thank you for joining us. Rebecca, hey. Good evening to you. Stephanie, thank you for joining us. Marva Gresham, hey, Marva, thank you for joining us. Lakista, thank you for joining us as well. Uh, Felicia, thank you for joining us. Debbie Williams Walker will be joining us in just a few minutes. Thank you for joining us. Hey, Even, thank you for joining us this evening. Sandra, hello. Thank you for joining us. Rita, hello. Um, Liza, who's handsome? Me? If you're talking to me, I'll take it. I will take it. Shawnee, hello, Shawnee. And Angie from the DMV is with us. Tracy is with us. Hello. And Sherry Butler, the mother of my favorite twin. Thank you for joining us, Sherry. And my week, Latrina, my week, I made it through when it's Friday. You know you've made it through something. So thank you so much for asking. Um, let's see. Edward Markey. Great. I'm glad you spent downtown at the High and I hope you had a great experience. Thanks for joining us. Carolyn, good to see you. And Her Highness herself, Grazelle Ellison. Thank you, Grazelle, for joining us. Good to see you. Uh, hey, Barbara Dolores, happy date night. Gene Harley, the Honorable Gene Harley. Good to see you, sir. Always a pleasure to have you on. Rose, thank you for joining us from Pula, all the way from Pula. And Liza says, I look good. Thank you very much. I needed that today. Lizzie, thank you for joining us as well. We appreciate that. Hey, Latasha, I am doing good. Good. Hope you're doing well. Tanya, hello. Leslie, hello. Hillary, good evening. Thank you for joining us. Dot, good evening to you as well. And to my pastor and friend, uh, Reverend Thurman R. N. Tillman. Greetings and salutations to you as well. Cynthia, thank you for joining us. Glad to have you. Um, Barbara is on and she says, hey, y'all. We say, hey, back. Lori, good to see you. Cheryl, happy Friday to you. Deborah, hello. Thank you for joining us as well. Dana, happy Friday to you. Glad you were able to make it with us. Joanne, thank you for joining us. And Barbara Kaufman is on. That means we have 50% of the Kaufmans on tonight. Oh, well, and right behind, I got Crystal Kaufman. So we went from 50 to 100. So we have 100% of the Kaufmans on tonight. Liza says she loves me and I love you back, and there's nothing you can do about that. How about that? All right. Sheila, thank you. Good evening. And Emma says, good evening. Good evening to you. Good evening to Ethel. And Cheryl, thank you as well. And oh, Bernadette. So everybody, like Bernadette, it's our first time on Friday Night Live. So guess what? We are glad that you are with us. I'm going to give you a quick heart. I'm glad to have you with us. Maria, hola, ¿cómo está? Hope you're doing well as well. Florence, hello. Reverend Bonamitra Jackson, good to see you. Thanks for joining us. And Latrina says, how long will we be masked? Date? As long as we can. Hey, and my auntie and my cousin on, um, my aunt Dolores, all the way in Albany, New York. My cousin Teron, thank you so much for joining us. Good evening. And wow, I mean, I didn't even know y'all will even follow me like that. So thank you for joining us. Joyce, good to see Joyce. I hope you're doing well, Joyce, as well. Laurie says, happy Friday. I say happy Friday back. Um, and we have um, Molly Lieberman here, and she says happy Friday and happy Friday to you. We are glad that you're here, and so we're just waiting for two more of the Liebermans, and we'll have all the Liebermans with us as well. Um, hey, Irma, thank you for joining us as well. Hello, Rosemary um, from Rice Creek School. Happy Friday to you. Kat, always good to have you. I have 100% of the Tillmans, Buck Thurman and Lawanda on. So thank you so much as well. Andrea, hey, good to see you. Sharon, we appreciate you being on with us. I see Marsha Lieberman in the house. That means that we have 50%. Well, we have 66.6% of the Liebermans in the house. Um, I'm just waiting on Bruce Lieberman, and we'll be good to go. Um, and then Tamara, good to see you as well. See, Nicole is here on time. Thank you. Good to see you. Appreciate that. And Rebecca says, I'm looking like a snack pack with the beard. What does that mean? Anyway. Kirk, hey, I'm glad you're on with us. Brittany Curry, good to see you, Brittany. Good to see Inky Brittany on. Jamie, thanks for joining us. Karen, good evening to you. Patricia, hello. And Tony, we have a lot of business to talk about today. Oh, and the Reverend Ella Braxton is on from Pleasant Grove AME Church. Good to see you as well. And Pastor Deborah Suggs is on. Good to see you, Pastor. Hope you're doing well. Tia, good evening to you. Deborah is on as well. Ivania is on. And wow, Erina is on. The great Erina has joined us. I was looking for you this morning and did not see you, and I'm feeling some kind of way about that. You know what I'm talking about. Barbara, thank you for joining us as well. And Stacy, you hope I got your email on the plastic pollution reduction initiative. Um, yes, I am. I think I got that email. Crystal Creations, always good to see Crystal on. Good to see you. Thank you for all that you do. And Rosemary, thank you so much. And Cheryl, I'm glad that you do tune in with me. And Tanya is back. She missed it for months, but she is back in here. We're glad that you're with us. Obi Williams, good evening. Latrell, hello. Michelle, good to see you, Michelle. Please tell Rich I said hello. Judy says hello to everybody. And I don't know, do not call during, um, let's see what else. Um, who else? Tanya, that's right, stay masked. Anita, thank you for joining us as well. We appreciate that. Bruce, okay, all right. So Bruce Lieberman's here. We have 100% of the Liebermans, 100% of the Kaufmans, 100% of the Tillmans. We're ready to rock and roll. Good to see Barbara Mincy on as well. Uh, Dami Williams from Augusta, Georgia. Good to see you. Hey, my brother Eric Beard. Good to see you, sir. Thank you for joining us as well. Okay, so okay, Debbie, we got this. We saw your mama. We know your mama's on here. We know. We got her. We got her. We got her. She know how to shout out. We got her. Sarah, hello. Larry, thank you for joining us. Renee, good evening to you. Deborah, hello. Denise, good to see you as well. Good to see my cousin Zane. Good to see you as well. Um, and okay, and Debbie wants me to know that her father, Obi Williams, is watching as well. Good evening, sir. Thank you for joining us all the way from Richmond County. And now you know what your daughter does on Friday nights. Good, glad to have you. Hey, Lorenzo Reddick, thank you for joining us. Gloria, good to see you. Linda, thank you for joining us as well. Um, and Keith, thank you for joining us. Miss Andrew Brown, hello. Cynthia, hello. And Andrea, hello. Antoinette, hello. Sharon, hello. And Aaron, we'll talk about that as well. Kim, hello. Faye, hello. Johnny, good to see you. Hopefully your mean daughter will like speak to me next time I see her. I mean, she won't even smile at me. I mean, just totally ignore me. She's giving me some problems with that. Francis, hello. Elizabeth, thank you for joining us. Barbara Pinkney, thank you for joining us. Alinda, thank you as well. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we will go ahead and we will get started. If it is Friday, if it is Friday in Savannah, if it's Friday in Savannah during the pandemic, if it's Friday in Savannah during the pandemic and you're keeping the faith and following the science, if it's Friday during the pandemic and you're keeping the faith and you're following the science and you have nothing else that you have to do and nowhere else that you have to be, then you are with me. It is Friday night, date night here in Savannah, Georgia. Yes, thank you for joining me. This is week 56. We are not tired yet. We will do this until we can do it live. And I'm so glad, so honored to have you here with us. I see Dr. Bertice Berry is on. And so thank you, thank you, thank you. We are so happy to have all of you. Dr. Williams, thank you for joining us as well. Jaleesa, we need to talk, young lady, but happy date night to you too. So a couple of things we're going to do. A lot of things, a lot of movement. We have to do it a little bit. And so the first thing, and I see that Maya is on. Maya Giovanni has um, made her first guitar, and so hello Erica and hello Candace, but really hello to Maya. All right, Carlita. Hey, Carlita, good to see you as well. And again, we cannot wait until the day comes, hopefully soon, when we will be able to do date night for real. And good, I'm glad to see Tiffany Odom on. And certainly, again, my thoughts and prayers continue to be extended to you and your family. Certainly, Bishop Odom. Certainly, um, Brittany and Matt Jr., Matt the second, and all of y'all. But boy, your mom had a service yesterday. We have not a heaven or hell to put her in, but Lord knows that it was a phenomenal service for a phenomenal woman. And I want you to know, Tiffany, that your mom would have been right here with us on Friday nights. And so I miss her. And, we know that she has graduated on to her next assignment. And so we're thinking about you and we're praying for you and your family. And certainly your loss is our loss too. And so I just want to let you know. And so I'm giving you a big air hug right now. So just want to let you know we love you and we appreciate you. Okay. So wanted you to know that. So that was I wanted to talk about that. Also, today is Dawn Baker's birthday. I'm not going to tell you what year, but we all love Dawn Baker. Dawn Baker has been such a blessing and inspiration for us. Dawn Baker was the first person in the entire world to take the phase 3 trial of the Moderna vaccine. And so we certainly think she's a superstar. She lived this out in front of us, and we thank her for doing it. Hey, Patrice, good to see you as well. Um, Mardell, I sent you a message as well. So please answer my message, please. And Gina Yvette is on. So good to see you, Gina, as well. So again, really want to just send some love out to Dawn Baker. So if you get a chance to send Dawn some love, so when you send her the love, tell her it's from her date night family. As you know, Dawn is down with us, and so she's a part of our date night family. So I don't expect her to come on tonight because it's her birthday. We'll give her a pass, right? All right. So a couple of things we want you to do. We want you to like our page, like the page, like Mayor Johnson SAB. We want you to like it. That is how you know what's going on with us. So we want you to like the page, and then share it. Tell people about it. I mean, the one thing about our date night is we're not selfish. So we have a couple of hundred people on right now, and so good to see you, brother Sean J. Christopher. But again, we're not selfish. We share with everybody what we've been doing for 56 weeks right here in Savannah. We're excited about that. And then we want you to join us on Monday. And somebody asked a question earlier about what we were talking about on Motivational Monday. On this Monday, I will have on Police Chief Roy Minter of the Savannah Police Department, and we will be talking about Savannah and the police. So that's this Monday, 7:00 p.m. on Motivational Mondays on this channel. We'll be talking about Savannah and the police. And so I want you to join us. I think it's going to be a great, great conversation. Also, our thoughts and prayers are going out to just all of the pain that's going around. We woke up this morning and we saw the 19-year-old gunman killed 8 people in Indianapolis in the FedEx facility over there. So our thoughts and prayers go out there. There was a young man who was killed. I mean, our thoughts and prayers go out to just all of them that's going on. What's going on here? It's just a lot of unspeakable pain. And so just want to let you know that. But Arnita, I'm glad you're back at date night. So a couple of things I want to talk about real quick. And so we'll move through this and then we'll talk about, things that we get together and we talk about. So first, wanted to talk to good friend of ours and a member of our date night family. Always glad to have from Newnan, Georgia. We talked about her last week about what was happening from the tornado that hit Newnan, Georgia, which is in Coweta County. And so I wanted to talk a little bit more about what was going on and how we can help. We have the Honorable Mayor Pro Tem of the city of Newnan, Georgia, the Honorable Cynthia Jenkins. Mayor Pro Tem Jenkins, thank you so much for joining us and good evening and welcome to, I mean, you've been on for a minute, but people really didn't know you. I mean, for real. I mean, you've been riding with us for a lot of these 56 weeks.
Yes, I have. Yes, I have.
All the way from Newnan, Georgia.
Like you said, you don't have anything better to do on a Friday night during the pandemic because you need to be at home. So I'd rather spend that with y'all.
Well, we appreciate that. And so we know you're a big fan and supporter of Savannah, and we appreciate you. But a couple of weeks ago, your beloved home where you serve was victimized by a tornado. Remind us about what happened.
An EF4 tornado came in and crossed from our neighboring county to the west, all the way to our neighboring county on the east, a 39-mile path that crisscrossed Coweta County and cut through the city of Newnan and through my district.
Right. Now, before we go there, let's tell people where Newnan is and where Coweta County is, that they can kind of get their bearings.
Okay. Newnan is about 40 minutes southwest of Atlanta on I-85. You leave Atlanta and go down 85 south, you keep going, you'll pass Newnan. We're between Union City, if some of you are familiar with the Atlanta area, and LaGrange, Columbus. So we're on the western side of the state, and we're about a city of about 40,000, a county of about 150,000.
So you're going around and you're living life and you're minding your own business, and this tornado comes through. Tell us about the damage.
It is catastrophic damage. I mean, we've had almost 1,800 houses were damaged in this storm in the county. About 100 were completely destroyed, and another 175 have catastrophic damage to it, major damage, and about nearly 500 have significant damage. So it is quite the undertaking. This was 3 weeks ago at this point, and we still have people with trees on their homes. About 400 were displaced in this event. We already had a situation where we didn't have a lot of rental properties available anyway. Think of real estate.
Homes, right? You're
right.
A city of homes.
Well, we have apartments that are built in that, but they were occupied. I mean, there are a lot of people moving to the south side of the metro Atlanta area right now, and Newnan is capturing that growth. And so we are in the same position as many of our suburban cities that are in the south side of Atlanta. Lots of people trying to move here. So now with 400 people displaced, where are they going to go? Because there's just not enough housing for it. So there are approximately 60 families right now being supported by the Red Cross and St. Vincent de Paul. And that's not including the other churches, charities, and individuals who are housing people in hotels here.
Okay, so I know you've been on, and I mean, I asked you to come on because I know that you've been a big supporter of Friday Night Live. I mean, you follow me, but I follow you, and I saw you going around your community, and I saw the damage. I've been in Newnan before, and the damage is catastrophic. And unfortunately, the news came by and they said, "Oh, this is horrible," and then we weren't hearing much about it anymore.
Yeah.
People are still struggling.
Yeah, people are very much so struggling. As a matter of fact, we are petitioning for federal disaster areas designation, a declaration, because we just don't have all the resources we need to help every person that needs the help here. We've got the number of stories I've heard throughout this as I've walked through the neighborhoods, as I've tried to, bring hot meals to people the day after, and generally help in any way that I can, because this storm went through my neighborhood. I was in the closet with my bicycle helmet on with my dog and scared because I felt the rumble of the tornado as it passed by. It was very scary. And then I got out and started helping my neighbors. But we have seniors who had no insurance but owned their homes outright. We've got seniors who were renters, and the owners are saying they're not going to rebuild. Where are they going to go? What are they going to do? We have families that have been displaced, and we're in the middle of school year, in the middle of a pandemic, and they're trying to figure out how their kids are going to continue school. And if they have to actually go to another school system because they can't find housing here in Coweta County. So we are looking for RVs and trailers and things like that for people to be able to pull onto their property until their homes can be rebuilt, or on other people's property until housing opportunities are made available to them so that they can remain in our community. We saw a lot of displacement in the more drastic, and more widespread events like Katrina, for instance. There are a lot of people here in Atlanta that were displaced. We're going to have something similar to that on a smaller scale, of course, but displacement nonetheless, with people moving to Alabama, even because we're so close to the Alabama line.
Right. So how can we help? I mean, we are a community, and we'll talk a little bit later about how our Friday night community is out helping people. Linda King, who is our Georgia Realtors queen, she says that Georgia Realtors have disaster relief funds to help tornado victims. Um,
Okay.
so I'm gonna connect you with Linda, and so
Okay, great.
yeah.
Great.
Um,
Thank you.
okay. So how can we help? I mean, we all do a little, and we are able to move mountains. How can we help?
Well, we have several fundraising organizations that are, raising funds right now to do what they do. But the one that I am pointing people to that is going to help the neighborhood that I live in and the uninsured that are in my neighborhood are the Noonan Presbyterian Church. Um, I will text you that link so that you can put it up there. But
Why don't you put it in the link,
okay,
and I'll
I
pin
can
it.
do that.
I'll pin it.
Okay.
So we make donations to the to the Noonan Presbyterian Church,
Yep.
and so they're on the ground as well. So
They are, as a matter of fact, that they dedicated their fundraising efforts to helping the uninsured in low-income neighborhoods, which Chalk Level is the neighborhood that has that, and it's a historic African American neighborhood. Um, A.D. King pastored one of our churches in our neighborhood that was damaged in this. The oldest Black church in Noonan is in that neighborhood, and it was damaged. It was established in 1840. Black
wow,
congregation. Hmm.
wow. Well, I mean, I think this is very important. I mean, I know for us, particularly me, when I want to help people in the community,
Hmm.
I mean, they'll give things, but it's always really good to help people when you know the money is going right to where it needs to
Hmm.
be. And
Yep.
so, obviously, you as a councilwoman there, you would know where the money would have the most effect. Um, and then
Yep.
sometimes you give to places and they have administration charges, and they go through all of this, and by the
Yep.
time you do it, it's not really getting where it needs to be. So,
Hmm.
so the Noonan Presbyterian Church, right?
That's right. And I'll put the link in when I switch over to Facebook.
Okay. So, but we want you to know, and the great people of Noonan to know, um, care about you. We care about what you're going through, and I know certainly our city, who has been victimized before by weather and things beyond our control. We are one hurricane away from being in a worse situation that you're in, and so we help people because it's the right thing to do. So we're
Thank you so
asking
much.
all of our great Friday night people, if you can spare, we want to help Noonan, and so we'll put that in there. Put that in the chat so everybody can do it. And if you're going to stay on for a while, we'll just keep tossing it back to you so people can see it. So, Mayor Pro Tem Cynthia Jenkins, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it. I appreciate the love and support of our sister city.
Well, this is how we do. This is amazing.
I know. I've been watching you for
This
2
this
weeks.
how we roll. I mean, we look. I mean, that's what we do. I mean, we recognize our blessings come from being blessed, being a blessing, and so that's what we do around here. That's what makes us Savannah strong, and so we want to help because it's the right thing to do.
Well, thank you. And thank you for anything that Savannahans and Chatham County residents can do to help. I
All right.
appreciate every bit of it.
Well, thank you so much. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. And so that was Cynthia Jenkins, the Mayor Pro Tem of Noonan, Georgia. And so she'll post that. And so let us do something really nice for the folks in Noonan. Again, they can't even get in their homes. So let's be a blessing to them. But remember, last week we were talking about be about 7 days of doing something good. 7 days. Remember that? And so and many of y'all did a lot of great things over the weekend. And so we were really excited about that and about what you all were able to do. Wanted to pull out and talk about one of the things you did. And, it just happened here. So here's another um, one of our great Friday Night Live folks. And she's so excited about being on. She got her mama and her daddy and the whole city of Augusta, where she's from, to watch tonight. And so, Miss Debbie Walker, how are you?
I am wonderful, Mr. Mayor.
Now you have to turn your volume up because we can't hear you.
Can't hear me?
No.
Hold on.
Now you got your mom and daddy on here now. We can't.
And my
do
best friend came on tonight too.
that. And your best friend. So your mama's on here, your daddy's on here, your best friend's on here. Everybody watching from Augusta's on here. This is just like stardom for you, right?
It is. I'm live with the mayor of Savannah.
Well, I mean, well, no, you're here with Van. This is date night. But from last week, you know, we made an appeal for people to engage in 7 days of random acts of kindness. We didn't care what they did. We just wanted them to do something and be very intentional about that. And tell us about what happened.
Okay, as you know, you put out a call for help, and I put on the date night that, hey, we need some help with a community garden at EOA. Van, the response was overwhelming. So many people calls and messages that, how can we help? How can we be a part of this event? So we put together an event that happened on Wednesday, and we like to call it, instead of random act of kindness, Vandom acts of kindness. So this was our Vandom acts of kindness. And it was so great. I got to shout out some of the people from date night who was there. Sherry Butler came out. Stephanie Barker.
Sherry Butler, the mother of my favorite twin.
Yes. She was there, a newcomer to Savannah, Stephanie Barker Arner. She's our resident painter, and she's a student at SCAD. Ethel Overstreet, Penny Smith, Marty Merritt, Deanne Mealy, Hermina Oles, and Barbara Mincy. And it was great because everyone came together like, what can we do to make our community better? What can we do to make our community a healthier and stronger community? Right. So everyone came with this open heart that they wanted to give back. And I was so glad they chose our project. And so when they came there, everyone had ideas of what can we do to make this community garden better? How can we serve more people? And as we know, in Chatham County, we have 13.2% of people are food insecure. So this is a way that we felt that we could help our community. You know, at least we can provide some healthy produce for some individuals in our community. So everyone came with that open heart. And the wonderful thing about it, they volunteered that day, but they want to come back and volunteer some more days.
Right.
And it's going to be a learning garden. So they want to be able to teach the young children in the neighborhood about gardening, how things grow, teach them the mathematical aspect, you know, space your plants 6 inches apart, how deep the roots need to grow. So this was one of the beautiful things I love about Savannah, that people are willing to work together, to come together, work for a common cause. And that would make the
That's what we do.
That's what we do.
And the fact was that people gave their time. I mean, and I mean, y'all kind of messed me up a little bit because, you know, we're not supposed to be meeting until it's time for us to meet. And then I found out that y'all had like a mini date night.
We had a mini date night, like, hey, this is such and such. And it was so beautiful. You should have been there. You came there.
Well, by the time I got there, y'all were gone.
We said from 5 to 7. We don't want to keep people that long on a work day.
Well, we're going to have to find some ways of being able to help because we know that this community garden helps the community. And we know that not only does it help our environment, it helps people have access to fresh, healthy foods, which we know is needed in our communities. But I just hate that I missed it.
Yeah. And, you know, a lot of people have been talking about food deserts and what can we do about this? Well, these people took actions to take this vacant area and help make it into a paradise in the middle of a pandemic. So that's great. So it's going to be able to serve people. So it's not going to be a one-time thing. There's going to be an open garden. If someone is in need of food, we said we're going to keep the garden open. So if somebody comes by, they want to take a cucumber or, you know, a piece of squash or something, you know, it's going to be an open garden. So we don't want it to be fenced off. We want it to be welcoming to the community.
So if somebody wants to help you, how can they get some help? I mean, if they want to help, I mean, how can they get involved? How can they get engaged?
They can contact me at EOA and I'll post the number later on.
Okay.
And like I say, you know, the garden's open. So anytime during 8 to 5, you can come in if you want to water the garden and pick some weeds out, you know, whatever they want to contribute. We have one.
Now, hold on. Everybody don't need to be, well, all right. So this is me.
Okay.
Like everybody don't need to be in the kitchen. Maybe everybody don't need to be. I mean, some people don't have a green thumb.
Well, they can.
I mean,
they
there be some training or something, or you kind of.
Well, the seniors are going to provide the training.
Okay.
We have some seniors who are garden experts, and we also had a lady, she's working her certification to be a master gardener.
Okay.
So she's volunteering her time to help. And even the volunteers, they were giving us some tips. Sherry is talking about gardening, and Stephanie's going to get some of her artist friends to paint a mural. And, it's just this really great feel-good project. And we want to use the volunteers as much as we can. We want to make this, this is truly going to be a Savannah garden. It's just not for one neighborhood.
Right.
It's going to be for anyone who needs fresh produce, anyone who want to help. As we know, we're still in the middle of a pandemic, but this is a way for people to volunteer to help, but be safe, because you can safely distance yourself. You don't have to worry about being in an unventilated area because you're out in the open outdoors. And we feel everyone has some talents they can provide.
Well, we want to thank you for accepting the call, and for all these folks that came out. I appreciated you, putting out the call for people to come out and help, and they came out and helped in a very, very big way. And so I'm sorry I missed you all, but it was really a great time for what I heard. And Sherry just said she had a great time. And so thank you for all that you do at EOA. And thank you for helping our folks have some way to contribute and give back.
Okay. And I just want to say to you, we definitely want you to continue these Vandam acts of kindness, Vandam. Because, you're pulling the community together, and that's what we need. Events where we can come together as one, not to be separate. And everyone had their different ideas, and we merged all ideas, and we came up with a beautiful game plan going forward. So this is definitely something that's going to continue. So thank you for providing that needed volunteer labor, for having people to come out and answering the call to service.
Well, thank you so much. And so to Debbie and her parents in Augusta, and her best friend that's on, and everybody else from Augusta who's watching, they need to know you don't live in Augusta anymore. I'm just saying. She is a Savannian with roots in Augusta, right?
Right.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us.
And thank you. And to the volunteers who came out, thank you for making our garden blossom. I love you all. Bye.
Thank you. All right. So thank you. That was Debbie Williams Walker of the EOA, the Economic Opportunity Authority. So I'm glad to have her on. Now, wanted to talk a little bit. I told you I'm moving this thing today. I am moving it. Excited to have on with us to talk about an exciting program. Miles Meacham is coming on with us. We have been working on this for some years. I mean, years. And we talked about a little bit about it last year. And I wanted to make sure that we were able to finally get it done, and we were able to get it done. The Savannah City Council unanimously approved the Service Line Warranty Program of America. And so we have with us Miles Meacham. Mr. Meacham, thank you for joining us.
It's my pleasure to be here, Mayor Johnson.
Now, I don't know you, I don't think, but I'm certainly very familiar with the program. And let me just start it off. And we talked about this again, but we're finally moving to do this. The Service Line Warranty Program is a program through the National League of Cities, of which the city of Savannah is a proud member. And essentially, this provides insurance. It's insurance because right now, as things go, if my water line breaks from the water line, from the water box to the street, the city is obligated to fix it because that's the city's line. However, if the line breaks from the box to the house, I'm responsible for that out of pocket because homeowners insurance generally does not cover that. This program creates the way of providing for a really low fee, the opportunity for people to have this insurance. And unless you've ever had a slab break or something, a line break underneath your house, you know how expensive this is. And so particularly those that don't have that money, it can be very, very expensive. And so because Savannah's a city of aging infrastructure, we have old houses, old pipes, we wanted to bring this program here to Savannah, completely voluntary, completely optional. Mr. Miles, tell us more.
I almost don't have to say anymore. You've done such a great job. It's really great to be here with you, Mayor, on Friday evening. We're really excited about bringing the program to the residents of Savannah. You know, we've been a member of the National League of Cities, as you mentioned, for about 10 years, and we've been working with cities all over the U.S. In fact, we work with over 1,000 cities and municipal organizations and utilities to provide the same kind of service that the residents of Savannah will receive. The great thing about this is, and you pointed it out, the infrastructure that you're managing as a city leader is aging. Well, guess what? The same infrastructure that connects the city systems to individual residents' homes are aging too. And so many residents just don't have the ability to, find a contractor to make the repairs. And more importantly, they don't have the money laying around to make those repairs. They'd rather spend the money on vacations or, do whatever other expenses they have. Who has money saved up to pay for $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 to have a water line repaired, or better yet, have their sewer line repaired? So the great thing about this program, Mayor, is that residents now have an option, and you said it, it's voluntary, it's not required, it's just an option that you're making available to residents as a benefit to them, so that if they have a problem, they can rest assured that we're going to have a qualified, fully vetted, licensed plumber who's coming from the area, who's going to make those repairs, and then we pay for it. And so
Now,
that's the real benefit.
Somebody asked a really good question. How often do water lines break?
So like I said, we're servicing cities all over the country. So we're doing tens of thousands of these water lines repairs a year. It's hard to say exactly when they're going to break or how long it'll last. A lot depends upon the type of pipe that's in the ground, how long it's been there, the installation when it was originally put in, the soil conditions. A lot of factors play into it. But the bottom line is when it does break, it's expensive. So it's not about when, it's about if. And so that's the real value of having these programs. It gives you a little bit, like you say, insurance. These aren't insurance plans, they're service plans, but it does kind of give you a peace of mind knowing that, hey, if this happens to me, I know I can make one phone call. I know I can have a qualified local plumber come and make the repairs, and I don't need to worry about those high costs to make the repair.
Well, somebody asked, and I guess it would probably be true, does the age of the house make it more likely that?
Absolutely. Absolutely right. So that's a good factor. So up the road from you, Charleston, South Carolina, right? Charleston's been a participant in this program since 2013, I believe. And so they're.
Now, Mr. Miles, we better than Charleston, right?
Of course you are.
Okay.
You're a much better city.
Oh, all right. Say it again.
Much better city.
All right, thank you. Continue.
So, but similar, same region, right? Same region, coast, on the coast. So similar infrastructure age-wise. So a lot of residents there, about 12,000 of their residents participated in the program. In the years that we've been in place, we've done over 5,000 repairs for those residents, spent $2.5 million. So that gives you a sense about, for a city of your size, it's an important benefit that you're bringing to your residents.
Someone asked, is it only for breaks, or does it fix blockages too?
Good question. So on the sewer side, it's going to fix blockages. So if you have a blocked line, we'll come out and fix it. We'll come out and unblock it for you. But we might also find that there's a collapsed pipe or some other issue that needs to be repaired more thoroughly. So we might have to dig up the front yard or install a clean out or something along those lines. So everything on the sewer side, from just a simple cleaning out using a snake or what have you, to actually replacing a section of line or replacing the whole line, depending upon what's needed.
But I think it's important because you say it's a stoppage. So when the stoppage occurs, you go in there and you move the stoppage, and you find it's something else. That's usually an additional cost. But in this case, with the service line plan, it's no additional cost.
That's exactly right. So that's the beauty of this plan. So for just a few dollars a month, the price of a fancy coffee, you get this kind of coverage up to $8,500 per call, more than enough to cover any type of repair that you need on your sewer or your water line.
Okay, there's a question about, um, does the service plan not only fix the water line, but what about the grass? If you live in an HOA, they expect for it to look the way it looked before the repair.
So that's another good question. So these plans are available to folks that own their property. So if it's in an HOA situation where the homeowners association owns the property out in front, these plans wouldn't cover that. You need to have responsibility for the front yard or the backyard, whatever it is, right to the main to your house.
Okay. What about the pipes in the backyard?
So we do rear yard situations where there, for example, if there's a sewer line that goes from the house to a rear yard main, we'd cover that as well.
All right. What is the cost per year?
So these programs are very affordable. So it's the water line is $5.75 a month. So that's a little under $60 a year. And the sewer line is $7.75 a month.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
And what, so $60, and then you're saying it's 70, so it's $7 or so for the sewer line. So, and how much is the average repair of a water line or a sewer line?
So let's go with the sewer line first. You know, fixing a blockage in the line could be $300, right? Fixing a section of pipe could be $1,500. Replacing the entire sewer line could be $3,600 on average. And those are national averages. On a water line, generally speaking, you're replacing the line when it's a leak. So that could be $2,500.
All right. How long does it go and how long does it take to go into effect after you join?
So there's a 30-day wait after you sign up. So we do that so that you have the opportunity to review all the materials and make sure you like what you purchased. And then after that 30 days, you can make a claim.
Okay. Patrina says she just got the notice about this yesterday, and she says, believe me, I will mail them a check tomorrow. I think this is a wonderful idea. Well, the truth be told now, on Tuesday, I believe, I'm going to publicly join myself, not only for my home, but also my rental property as well. Because again, I don't have money to pay for that stuff if it happens. And it's not something that you can wait to say, oh, I'll wait till I get some money. I mean, when your water main breaks or your sewer pipes break, that got to be fixed now. And those folks are not coming out there fixing unless you have money now. And so if you're able to make a phone call 24 hours a day and you have local people here that are working on that, it gives you an extra peace of mind. There's a question out there saying, do you pay it monthly with your water bill?
So that's a good question. So the way the program's structured, and we work closely with your staff to put this in place. So the way it works is that it's a separate bill. It's not really a bill. So you can pay quarterly, monthly, annually, directly to homes, to service line warranties. So it's not through the water bill. It's a separate program.
Right. And I mean, again, and you see the city of Savannah, I'll show you this because this is mine. You see the city of Savannah on here. People ask about why our seal is on here. It's because we vet this program. We approve of this program, but it's an optional program. I mean, if you had gotten it and said service line warranty, you would throw it in the trash. We want you to know that we have vetted this program through the National League of Cities. We want you to know that this is a program that's being used all over the country. And my position about it was, if people in Charleston can get this benefit, I want you to have the benefit too. If you don't want it, then throw it away. You don't have to get it. And somebody said something foolish the other day about getting kickbacks and stuff. The city makes no money on this. We lose no money on it. We didn't even pay to print the paper. But it helps though, it helps you to do better if you have it. I can tell you a couple of times in my 17 years of elected service, Miles, is that I've had like an older lady come and she has water gushing out of her yard. And she's an older lady, she has no money. And she wanted the city to come and fix it. And the city could not fix it because it was her line. And legally, we cannot fix private property. And, it broke my heart to be able to tell her, we can't help you.
Well, so one of the benefits of the program too, Mayor, is that, city residents are learning about their responsibility, right? So that in case, something happens in the future, they've been notified, hey, this is my responsibility. I either have to, put money aside or get one of these programs or just be prepared. So it helps people understand what's their responsibility and what the city's responsibility is. But also you guys are providing a solution and it's optional.
Totally optional. So, I mean, you try to push it. No, if you don't want it, don't get it. I mean, and Patricia says, can you pay it for the year? And of course you can, right?
Yes, you can. Yep.
Let's see. Let me see. Is there a deductible?
There is no deductibles. That's the beauty of this program. There's no deductibles and all the repairs are guaranteed.
Are the premiums liable to increase?
It's hard to say. This program is priced, according to what we understand the infrastructure to be in Savannah. I feel like you guys in town are getting a great product for a great price, and I'm confident it's going to stay that way.
Well, I know if it goes up too much, I won't be able to get it. Now, let me show you, because actually I have my letters here. So, all right. So it says here on one of them, it says here that if you got the service one, right, the service coverage, let me see. Okay, so yeah, the water line was $575, the sewer line was $775 on a monthly basis. You can get both of them for the discount price of $12.14. That's a discount, right? It is.
Yes.
The first year discount. You could pay it quarterly for $36 a month, and you could pay it yearly for $145.88, which is more than the $152 that it is. So those are the prices. It's in your letter. It's a blue sheet of paper, and that's what it says there. Is there a deductible? Is there a service call fee?
No. Nope.
No service call fee, because you're paying the plumbers directly, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so Janet just saying the letter went out to the service last week without a reference to the city. No one in Parkside knew it was for real. Well, if it is, that's why we put the city of Savannah seal on this. So if it does not have that on there, then it's not ours, right?
Yeah, that's correct. So that brings an air of legitimacy to the program, and folks can know that, hey, this is the program that the city is behind. And it's one that, as you pointed out, it's been vetted by the city. We work closely together to implement it. We work closely together on the materials that residents are getting.
All right. Another great question. When would the company pay versus an insurance company for a pipe break?
So this is, we're not part of your homeowner's insurance. That's an important clarification. I would recommend that residents check with their homeowner's insurance to make sure that there's not already coverage in their basic plan. Some homeowners insurers provide riders that are an additional cost, but I still feel like this program gives you a better benefit because we're arranging for the contractors and we're paying for the contractors, and you're getting guaranteed repairs.
But generally, most homeowners plans don't include pipes breaking.
That's correct. It is available as a rider or an endorsement, but your basic homeowners plans does not cover that.
All right. Is there a service fee if an incident occurs? Is there a 1-800 number? What is the response time?
Oh, good question. So the good news is that we're available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. We're staffed in a call center that's located in Chattanooga, Tennessee. So you're going to be calling, a friend up the road, and we'll arrange for a contractor to come out and make the repairs. And the contractor will also talk to you to say, hey, when do you need me? Do you need me to come right now, tomorrow morning, after work, whatever the case might be? And then the two of you and the contractor will make those arrangements to come out.
Right. Now, and they told me to put my glasses on. I guess I was squinting too much, so I put them on. But if you are in Chatham County and you are on the city's water line, if you get a water bill from the city of Savannah, you are also eligible for this program. So usually, we're Savannah first, we're down for Savannah, but if you're in Chatham County, if you're on the city's water line, you got a letter, and that means you're eligible for this program as well. So just so that you would know. Again, so thinking outside the box, the money the city is supposed to get from the government, could this be something the city pays for those in need for a year, similar to how the city helped with rent and other utilities? Well, I guess we could, but the reality is that maybe everybody doesn't want it. I think there are some more pressing needs that we can do for that. The problem is that you do it for a year, and after a year, it's gone. And I just think, some people can use it, some people don't. Right now, the city helps people with utility bills if they have issues, and a bunch of people owe us a lot of money for water, and we ain't turning nobody water off. Thank you, Jasmine, for that. Dina wants to know, is there a limit on how many times you will be able to use the service?
So good question. So it's unlimited calls per year. So, if you have to call in a couple times, if there's, particularly for the sewer line, you might have to call, potential to call a couple times during the year to clear a blockage or what have you. Yeah, it's covered.
And Shirley wants to know, who chooses the plumber?
So we do. So that's a good question. So we work closely with a network of plumbers. So we identify plumbers in the area who want to work with us and do this kind of emergency repair work. Not everybody wants to do that, right? Some plumbers want to just do new construction or renovations and that kind of thing. But there are a lot of plumbers that are set up to do emergency response. And so those are the kind of plumbers that are in our network. We choose them by going through a vetting process. So they have to go make sure that they're licensed and approved to operate in Savannah. We have to make sure that they got the right equipment to do the repairs. And we also want to make sure that they are, approved by the Better Business Bureau, that they've got good customer satisfaction ratings, and that they're going to represent not only us, but represent the city of Savannah when they're coming out to do residence repairs.
All right, very good, very good. Sheila says she put it in the trash. Sheila, why would you put something that says the city of Savannah in the trash? Oh, Sheila. Well, Sheila, there's actually a website, so I'll share that website with you as well. Burrito says, last year, sewer backed up and Tub had to replace pipes because old pipes were warped. There was no crawl space under the house, so had to drill floor in house. It cost over $15,000. Would you have covered that?
So, yeah, so it's unlimited annual calls, so we would have covered that. I understand we do find where we've got a jackhammer open floors, because it's slab on grade, and those are tough situations for homeowners. I feel her pain.
All right. Steve says some homeowner warranties provide the cheapest possible materials and workmanship on repairs and replacement. Do you guarantee quality materials and workmanship?
We do. So one of the things that's great about our plans is that we guarantee the work for 1 year. So I think you can feel comfortable that the work that we're going to do is going to be guaranteed. We're going to use quality contractors. We're going to use quality materials. If we didn't do that, Mayor, we wouldn't be in with the National League of Cities for as many years as we had.
Absolutely. I've seen you for years, and so that's a good question. Betty wants to know, does this mean if you have problems with your pipe outside, will they repair the pipe on your property? I think that's yes, correct?
Yes. So the way the plans are, that the water and sewer line are for the outside piping that goes from your house to the water meter or to the sewer main. And then there's another plan that's available for inside the home plumbing in case there's issues that you have inside the home. So the two different types, two different flavors.
All right. And Elsie says, are these rates locked in, and is there a penalty to drop coverage?
What's the second part of that question?
Is there a penalty to drop coverage?
No, there's no penalty. You can drop anytime. You can cancel anytime. So there's no worries there.
And it says that on their form too. You could drop it anytime. Marjorie says, cool new idea. Barbara says she's in. Jasmine says, no, I appreciate you, Jasmine. I mean, if somebody needs some help, there'll be help. We'll help them. Marjorie, she said, so your company is HomeServe, right?
So HomeServe is the parent company. Service Line Warranties is the brand that we're using with the National League of Cities Service Line Warranty Program. So Service Line Warranties of America is what you'll see on the mailing materials, but it's all part of HomeServe.
Okay, and Dina says, I thought there was a cap of $8,500
That's per call.
per call. Okay.
Yeah.
And Stephanie, give me a call about that. Yeah, so it's $8,500 per call. What's the time frame between the call and the plumber coming out?
So like I was mentioning before, so we're open 24 hours a day to take your call. You'll tell us what your problem is. We'll work with you to understand, hey, is it a water issue? Is it a sewer line issue? And then we'll identify a contractor to come out and make the repairs. The contractor will then call you and say, hey, do I need to come out right now? At the end of the workday, tomorrow morning, whatever your need is what the contractor will work with you on directly.
And Barbara wants to know, what are the premiums for inside coverage?
Good question. It's $9.99 a month.
$9.99 a month, and that's for inside. All right. Well, again, Miles, I'm very, very happy to finally have been able to bring this program to Savannah. Again, Savannah is an older city, and again, it's a fully optional program. Cities across the country are doing it, and so I'm just glad to bring this opportunity. People can choose to take advantage of it if they want to, and if they don't, again, you don't have to. But I do know and have vetted this with communities across the country that are using the program, and folks love it. And so on Tuesday, I'm signing up, and because with my luck, something mess around and break, and I don't have, y'all know I don't have money like that. Dina, I think you said it's a waiting list. I think we talking 30 days, right?
Yes.
30 days, right? So, but again, we welcome you to the city of Savannah, Miles Meacham, and we want to thank Jermaine Reed from Kansas City for all of his work in this, and we just appreciate this. And I will post the information about the program. If you have thrown away your blue sheet of paper, like somebody did, I'm not calling her name, but she threw it away. If you throw it away, you could do it online as well. And we'll also post the information so that you can get it. And you can call, right? You could join and call, right?
That's right. Yep. The phone number is 866
866
922
922
9006.
And what are the hours?
8 to 8.
Okay, 8 a.m. 8 p.m. So I'm posting that. And the website is what is it?
It's slwofa.com.
SLWOFA.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
slwofa.com. Or you can just look up online Service Line Warranties of America.
All right. Well, I have posted it, so now they'll have it as well. Again, thank you so much for joining us. Y'all better do right now.
It's my pleasure to be here tonight, Mayor. You have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
All right. That was Miles Meacham, and we were talking about the brand new program coming here to Savannah called the Service Line Warranty Program, and we appreciate that. If you want to do it, fine, do it. I'm doing it because the way my checking account is worked, I have a checking and a savings, and usually when something goes down, I don't have money in my checking or my savings, and so I'd rather pay a little bit now than pay a whole lot in the future. So that's what we want to talk about. Remember, on this coming Monday, Motivational Monday, we'll be talking about Savannah And the police, my guest will be Chief Roy Mentor of the Savannah Police Department. Love to have all of you on. Again, we want you to like it. We want you to share. We want you to do random acts of kindness. And again, we want you to continue to do the things that have gotten us this far. And again, I see a lot of crazy talk from people going around and, you know, talking about COVID is over. And I will tell you is I attended a homecoming of a dear friend yesterday. COVID is real. It's real. And the variants are real. And please, I don't want to lose another person from our date night family because we are not being absolutely careful. This is not over. We know it's not over. And when we know better, we do better. And so if you're on here and you have not gotten the vaccination yet, go ahead and get the vaccine. Yeah, I'm now, I got my vaccine last week, so I'm halfway. I've got my second vaccine last week, and I'm still here. I'm feeling fine, and I'm still pretty. I want you to be okay. I need you to be okay. Our community needs you to be okay. So if you're on here now and you're not fully vaccinated, or if you're on here now, you've not had any vaccination at all, go ahead and tell us. Let us help encourage you. I'm glad that we were able to encourage some people to do it. And so we want you to get the help that you need. We have centers now at the Savannah Civic Center. We have now at Armstrong and the Armstrong Center. We have the Gulfstream site at 2 Innovation Drive. And so there's no excuse. And unfortunately, you know, the issue is that we don't have these places filled. They're saying upwards of 80% in our community of 65 and older have been vaccinated. And they're saying what we're looking at is those that are 20 to 29. And those numbers are the lowest that are vaccinated. And those are the ones that are becoming infected. And so I need mamas. I need you to be mama. Daddies and big mamas and pops, I need you to be that. All of us have people that are between 20 and 29 years old under our spheres of influence. They respect you. They listen to what you say. So that's what we're going to do. Ed, we're going to be talking about litter on Thursday at City Council during the workshop. So we'll be talking, Ed, about litter. So just know that. But I want you to get this done. I need you to get this done. Let us not wait. Let's not play games. I need you to help us to do that. Okay? And Bernadette, I am glad that you are with us. I'm glad you got your second dose on Monday, and I'm glad that you're okay. And Bernadette, we're looking forward to seeing you, because there will be a day when we will talk about COVID-19 in the past tense. There will be a day where we will all be together and we'll be enjoying each other's company when we do our last Friday Night Live for real. For real. And that's why we've been getting together every week for the last 56 weeks, because we want to make sure that we go across this finish line hand in hand. And I don't want to leave anybody behind, not one single person. And let me tell you, just because you've been vaccinated does not mean that you're out of the woods. Let's be very, very clear about that. I still wear my mask everywhere I go, because they are these variants, they call them, in which people are getting sick. And so if you're vaccinated and you come in contact with one of these variants, you can get sick. And so that is why I need you, once you, first of all, to get vaccinated. And once you're vaccinated, to continue to wear a mask, to wash your hands, and watch your distance. And so what I've done and what I'm doing, I've been out a little more than I have been. Again, I attended a funeral, um, in a church for the first time in about a year, um, and absolutely so. But you still maintain your distance where you can. And I need you to do that. Okay. So know that I care about you. Know that I want the best for you. Know that you are special to all of us. And I'll let you know if you get beat down during the week and you've had a rough week during the week, know that you have several hundred of your best friends that are looking forward to you, looking forward for you to be okay. Every Friday, we look forward to you being here. And I know you've had a hell of a week. I know you've had a hard week. I know it was a stressful week. And if we could just, get together and get you all right for an hour out of the hell that was the other hours of this week, the 168 hours of the week, then I think we've done all right. So remember, we are Savannah Strong, and Savannah Strong includes you. So remember, join me on Monday, 7 o'clock p.m. for Motivational Mondays, where we will have with us Chief Roy Mentor of the Savannah Police Department. Also, remember our friends in Newnan, Mayor Pro Tem Cynthia Jenkins. Let's go ahead and donate to the Newnan Presbyterian Church to help our friends in Newnan that need our help. Let us help them. If it's $1, $2, whatever it is, whatever you can give, let's go ahead and help them. And let's continue to do random acts of kindness in our community, because we don't know who we're helping when we're being a blessing to somebody. And I'm convinced that when you bless people, you are blessing yourself, because you give and it comes back to you. And somebody says to press down, shaking together, running over. God bless you all. Thank you all so much. Have a great night. Have a great weekend. Stay out of the way. Stay out of the way. And we'll see you on Monday. And then we will see you next week for Friday Night Live. Good night, everybody.